Hip-hop was born political. From Public Enemy to NWA, from Tupac to Dead Prez, rap has always spoken truth to power. But there's a difference between political expression and political alignment. In the internet age, when rappers stop critiquing systems and start choosing sides, the backlash is almost inevitable. Not because fans hate opinions, but because politics today is more tribal, emotional, and unforgiving than ever. And no matter how big the artist is, the pattern stays the same. In 2017, Eminem made one of the boldest political moves of his career. At the BET Hip Hop Awards, he dropped the now famous anti-Trump freestyle, directly attacking Donald Trump, his supporters, and even drawing a line in the sand. If you're a fan of mine and you support Trump, I'm drawing a line in the sand.
And any fan of mine who's a supporter of his, I'm drawing in the sand a line. You're either for or against. And if you can't decide who you like more and you're split on who you should stand beside, I'll do it for you with this.
This wasn't subtle. This wasn't metaphor. This was Eminem going all in. The Trump response? There wasn't one. Trump never responded directly, which, for many fans, made the moment feel one-sided. The spectacle became about Eminem's stance, not the message itself. Then came Revival 2017. Revival arrived shortly after, and while the album tackled social issues, political anxiety, and cultural division, it was widely criticized for overproduction, heavy pop features, and preachy, on-the-nose messaging. Even fans who agreed with Eminem politically said the same thing. We didn't come here for lectures.
It seems like you are taking the very common water cooler conversation today of racism, which I hold near and dear to my heart. And I know M, so I know that he is not the person that is M feels like we feel. I can stand by that. I can tell you that. I can tell you all that for a fact. If there's one white person that I know don't really see no color, M might not know he's white, but he's white. Like, I can say that. So for this shit to look like this, I'm putting this on somebody in his team, because this is disgraceful. This is disgraceful. I hate it. I hate it. Change this cover. Change the tone of this album. Change all this shit. I ain't heard from you in 4 years. I want to hear from you.
So Eminem remained respected, but his audience became visibly divided. Many fans openly said, stick to rap, not politics. By 2024, his political alignment was no longer surprising as he endorsed Kamala Harris, but it still carried consequences. Even without constant statements, parts of his audience feel alienated, believing the rebellion that once felt anti-system now feels institutionally aligned. The outsider became associated with one political camp. Eminem didn't lose credibility, he lost universality. No artist better represents how politics can completely derail a legacy than Kanye West. 2005, the Kanye people trusted. During Hurricane Katrina, Kanye went off script on live TV and said, George Bush doesn't care about black people.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. Please call.
In the past few days,
that moment wasn't partisan, it was human.
I hate the way they portray us in the media. If you see a black family, it says they're looting. See a white family, it says they're looking for food. And you know it's been 5 days because most of the people are black. And even for me to complain about, I would be a hypocrite because I've tried to turn away from the TV because it's too hard to watch. I've even been shopping before even giving a donation. So now I'm calling my business manager right now to see what is the biggest amount I can give, and just to imagine if I was down there, and those are my people down there. So anybody out there that wants to do anything that we can help with the setup, the way America is set up to help the poor, the black people, the less well off as slow as possible. I mean, this is Red Cross is doing everything they can. We already realize a lot of the people that could help are at war right now, fighting another way, and they've given them permission to go down and shoot us.
Black America stood with him. hip-hop stood with him. He was seen as fearless, honest, and principled. Years later, Kanye shocked the world by embracing MAGA, praising Donald Trump, and wearing the red hat not as irony, but as identity. What followed wasn't just politics. It was ego merging with ideology. Claims that slavery was a choice.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all?
We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. And brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real.
Confusing philosophical rants, framed as political insight. A presidential run that many saw as chaotic rather than visionary. The line between free thought and recklessness disappeared. Then came statements about Jewish people that were widely condemned as anti-Semitic, and the consequences were immediate and historic.
So here's your chance to clarify what you meant by DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
Well, thank you for allowing me to say what I meant due to the fact that I was blocked by Jewish people after I said that. So I wasn't actually allowed to say what I was about to say. But what I was gonna say is, I was gonna talk about all of the contracts, all of the misdealings that I dealt with as an entertainer. Being that I'm an entertainer, I've been wronged so many times by Jewish businessmen. And the reason why I say people, if a black man is caught in the car with drugs or a gun, and there's 3 other black guys in the car with him, guess what? They're all going to jail. So the reason why I say people is, I want those businessmen's wives and fathers, mothers, grandmothers, and kids to ask them, why is Ye so mad at us? Because they're taking money out of my children's mouths and putting it into their children's mouths.
Adidas terminated its partnership. Billions in brand value evaporated. Industry support collapsed. Fans who once defended him stopped trying. Kanye didn't just lose fans, he lost institutional trust. What makes it tragic is the contrast. The same artist who once spoke truth to power became an example of how unchecked politics plus celebrity ego can self-destruct. Nicki Minaj's political backlash is different. It's not about volume. It's about inconsistency and confusion. The endorsement and activism. Nicki publicly aligned herself with conservative-leaning political spaces, including appearances and endorsements connected to turning point-associated figures, including Erica Kirk. She also spoke emotionally about the murder of Christians, a real and serious issue globally. The reaction wasn't mockery, it was questions. Fans asked, why this issue and not others? Why now? Why from this political space? The complications? Nicki's political moment didn't happen in a vacuum. At one point during her appearance at Turning Point with Erica Kirk, she misspoke, mistakenly referring to the vice president as an assassin, which added to the perception of awkwardness and chaos.
And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. Yes, we did.
For many fans, the issue wasn't her beliefs. It was that nothing seemed fully thought through. The backlash, 2 parts of her audience, especially black fans, aligning with conservative figures linked to deeply unpopular political leadership, felt contradictory. Her messaging felt selective rather than consistent. The intent became overshadowed by optics. Nicki didn't lose fans because she spoke out. She lost goodwill because people didn't understand what she stood for anymore. Rappers don't lose fans for having opinions. They lose fans when politics overshadows the music. Messaging feels forced or inconsistent. Activism feels selective or poorly explained. Fans feel preached to instead of engaged. Hip-hop was born political, but the internet age punishes nuance. In a time where everyone is expected to pick a side, artists who forget how divided the audience really is often learn the same lesson the hard way. When rappers go political, it almost always backfires.